Before we begin playing with the settings on this and creating this image here, we need to do a little bit of prep work. So I'm going to show you really quickly what you need to do before we start putting in this image. First thing you need is an image. This image needs to be about 1,000 pixels wide. So you may find you have a headshot, especially if you have the original file or the file that your photographer sent you, that is way more than 1,000 pixels wide. If it is, I strongly recommend you resize it before you upload it. Because if you upload it onto the site without resizing it, it can slow down the load time of your site immensely. So this right here, what you're looking at here, is about, the original file was something like 3,000 by something. It was a really big file. So I resized it to 1,000 pixels wide by whatever the other number was. I don't have it in front of me. If you don't know how to do this, I wasn't really going to go over this in the course. I provided a resource for you. If you don't know how to resize it, there's a link right here. It has a nice little tutorial that will show you how to use a site called picmonkey.com to resize your image. Also, if you'd like to change your image to, if you'd like to change your image to black and white, this original image was color, it's up to you. Some people love black and white, some people don't. I think it looks nice, so I used it for this image. Again, I'm not going to go over how to change that, but there is a tutorial here on PicMonkey that will show you how to change your photo to black and white if you don't know how to do that in another program. And PicMonkey's online and it's all free, so feel free to use that program. The other thing I want to say is with your picture, don't just take it off of Facebook, because Facebook automatically resizes your pictures when you upload them and can account for a big loss of quality. So always use the original files if you have them. The last thing you need to set up is to download this transparent background file, and I'll explain why we're going to use this and how we're going to use it in a minute. So in order to do that, just click here, download transparent background file. And it's going to open a window, and you know that it's right if it's completely blank, because the file you're downloading is just a transparent file. So you can see my mouse goes to this little magnifying glass. That's how I know the file is right here. Your browser might do something similar or slightly different, but you should be able to tell where this transparent file is. And all you're going to do is just right click it, save it, and save it to whatever your folder is that you're using to keep track of your files. Okay, what we want to do next is create basically a full page image that takes up the majority of the space. So this is like the first thing that somebody sees when they come to your site. Now we're going to create this image by putting it into the background of the Divi Builder. But the cool thing about it is that it is the background, so it'll actually move with whatever the width or height of the page is. So even if I mess around with it like this, it's still going to move. So in order to do this, we're going to do a small workaround. It's nothing to worry about, but it's kind of just a little trick to get Divi to work the way that we want it to. So go to your home page, and instead of going to the dashboard, we're just going to click this edit page button here. This will take us to it faster. Now you can see we've got the page builder. Now what we want this to say is insert columns, not insert modules. So if it says insert columns, great, click it. If it says insert modules, we just need to click this little X. So the way the Divi Builder works is it's essentially you build things by columns and spaces, and it's very simple and easy to use and very powerful. So we're going to click on insert column. Again, if it says insert module, just click the little X so it says insert column. We're going to want to do a half and half. So you can see, you'll get more familiar with this as we use it more, but just to give you a little overview, they have all sorts of stuff. So if you wanted a picture to take up half of your screen, you wanted some text, and then maybe another picture right here, you can essentially create the site however you want it to. But for this one, we're going to use a half and half. So you can see it pulled up a half and half right here. Now to edit the modules, I would go in and insert the modules. But if you want to create a background on all the, say you wanted a picture and then you wanted like a black background and the picture on top of the black background, this area right here controls your background. So we want our background to be a picture so that it takes up all of the space. So we're going to click here, upload an image, find your amazing headshot or personality shot that you have.
upload it, set as background, and save it. Now I'm going to show you where the problem is if we just do that. So I'm going to hit update. Oh, that's the wrong site. Let's see, so I want to view this. So I'm just going to open link in new tab so that way I can keep my dashboard open and be able to look at my site at the same time. So you can see it did create it as a background, but it's not big enough to fill the whole space. So the little workaround we're going to do, so we're going to go back into our dashboard here. This is why we created the two modules. Click this one right here, insert module. We're going to insert basically a transparent image that's going to go on top of the background that's going to stretch the background so that the background is big enough to take up all the space. It'll make more sense when you do it. Anyway, so click image, upload an image, upload files, select files. We're going to use our transparent background that I provided for you. Choose, set as image. Now, one of the things that Divi automatically does that I just don't really like is it kind of adds an animation anytime you add an image in. So we don't want that. So scroll down till you see animation. This is left to right. We don't want animations because it's not really a picture anyway. Click no animation. Oops. Save it. Click update once again. Now you're going to see, because we added that transparent image, it's going to stretch that background to make it full width. So we're going to refresh this, and there you go.